Hello, my name is Tiffany, and welcome to Tiffany's Tarology. It's so good to be here with all of you, and we're going to dive in. We're going to be using the Akashic Records Oracle cards to see what Spirit has in store for you. Pisces, as we are getting through the last couple of days of this Mercury retrograde in your 6th house of health and day-to-day routines, rental agreements, pets, have you experienced any issues in those areas of your life? Rethinking any of those areas of your life? Let's see what comes through in your Akashic Records. We have about 7 to 8 days, so about a week left of this retrograde energy. So you're almost there, Pisces. Spirit guides, angels, ancestors of the highest white Christed light, what is it that Pisces needs to know today? All right, so you have wisdom, listen, obligation, follow your passion, stuck in fear, take charge, let it go, courageous heart, speak your truth, and on the bottom of the deck you have professional assistance, reach out. So let's dive into this, Pisces. Okay, Pisces, this reading is ringing loud and clear that your spirit guides want you to speak up on behalf of yourself. Those of you where this message is going to resonate, as my voice cracks, are going through some type of situation. It could be, it says a financial situation, a legal situation, somewhere in your life where maybe you need counsel, support, therapy, right? Something going on in your life where for far too long you have been stuck in this energy of fear. You haven't necessarily chosen the path that was most authentic to you, and you may feel a little bit fearful of saying what you need to say or making some type of decision, doing something that others in your life would not necessarily be in agreement with. So I'm going to read these cards to you. The wisdom card says, you've been here before and you know what to do, yet you fear disappointing others. The wise choice may not be the popular choice, but choose for the highest good in the situation. You have listen. It says you're being asked to listen to your inner voice. It's been guiding you to do something or say something, and it's time to act on its wisdom. Obligation says stop telling yourself you should when you cater to others or to unnecessary expectations of yourself. You stop your flow of abundance. Then you have follow your passion. If there's something that excites you and motivates you, it's a message from your Akashic record that it can lead to your abundance. Don't silence it. Stuck in fear says you're thinking of all the things that could go wrong, but what about all the things that could go right? Make a paradigm shift in your thinking and take inspired action anyways. Take charge. You're taking a back seat in a relationship or situation, and it may end up costing you time, money, or opportunity. You need to step up and regain control once again. Let it go. You're being asked to let go of whatever pain and resentment you've been holding on to. It's hurting you, and you can't fully be present in your life if you're holding on to this negativity. Release it and be free. Courageous heart. It takes courage to follow your heart, especially when the path is unknown. Your heart knows the way. Trust it and let it lead to your true destiny. And your last card here says, speak your truth. You've stayed silent long enough. Speak up, stand your ground, and state your perspective. You will rise to a higher vibration when you let your voice be heard. Pisces, whatever this is that you're going through, I feel like you are the rebel. I feel like you are maybe the black sheep. I feel like there's something that you know that your life is calling you to do. Or if this is about a specific situation, a specific decision that you need to make, where you're not going to have a whole lot of followers. You're not going to have a whole lot of people who agree with you. And yet Spirit wants you to take charge, because there's something about this decision that you're about to make. There's something about this way that you're about to speak up and make a change or an impact in your life that is going to completely shift your world. I'm picking up hardcore on the energy of career shift, also some type of legal issue. And also there's this inner child that is going through massive healing in this reading. There's something about your guides repeatedly coming to you through like dreams, through your inner voice. Like there's an inner dialogue you've been having about what you should do, what you're worth, what you're owed. Maybe that your life path and trajectory is not going the way that you had thought that it would, and you're stuck in fear because of needing to kind of follow the status quo. But with the professional assistance card, it says it may be time to seek wise counsel. This could be in any area of life, from legal or financial advice to more personal needs, such as counseling or therapy. And it says you've isolated yourself with the reach out card and are trying to do everything on your own. It's okay to ask for help. So reach out to ask for support at this time. This could be in the physical sense. This could be in the spiritual sense. But I just really feel this urgency that your guides are like, you know what to do, Pisces, and we're here if you need us. But speak up. Make the change. Do not feel obligated to live a life that other people live. There's something different about you. And there's something that you need to do. Someone I feel like that you need to let go, or a situation in your life. Could be a job where it's like, okay, I've been stuck in fear of lack. I've been stuck in fear of what if I do this, what the outcome will be. And they're saying there's going to be this huge shift when you actually listen to your inner truth. And when you speak your inner truth, there's going to be a huge, huge shift in your life. I'm so curious though. What's going on for you, Pisces? What do you feel obligated to? For some of you, this could be family. For others of you, I do strongly, like I said, I do strongly feel you have felt obligated to work in a certain sector or be a certain way. Sexuality is coming through as well. Not for many of you, but there is something about kind of accepting who you really are. Your spiritual conquest is changing. And I feel like it's been easier to follow the crowd and do what feels comfortable for you. But there has been this uncomfortability in your body about choices, decisions, your parents, your children, your siblings, you know, your family unit. Like, what will they think of you if you make this decision to go in a new way? If you decide to be that courageous lion, you know, we are in Leo season. You are being asked to act from a place of bravery with this. So let's dive in. What's this about, Spirit? What is Pisces being asked to be brave about? Empress. This is about your abundance, Pisces. There's something that wants to come in for you. Definitely feeling career. I'm like, if I could put my energy on any specific part of your life, it's like you have been stuck in like a career or a job or a way that you make money, a way that you are producing something, because that's what the Empress is about. It's about fertility. It's about abundance. It's about wealth. It could be about sexuality in a way, like especially if you're a feminine, because it is ruled by Venus. So there's a part of you that's going through a significant change where there's a need to honor yourself and the way that you show up as an Empress in your life, and the way that you produce, create, and the way that you kind of water the garden of your life. And for far too long, it's like you've been doing what other people have wanted you to do, not standing in the light of truth, in the light of justice. Spirit is saying, I'm giving you an opportunity. You've been here before, past life energy is being infused in you now. And your past life is telling you, heal that wound where you weren't allowed to authentically be who you wanted to be. And yes, it may not, quote unquote, make sense to others what you're doing or where you're kind of laying your chips right now. But your heart and your soul are telling you there's more to this story. And I definitely see you going into therapy or talking to someone who can give you wise counsel. It could even just be that some of you are talking to like a mentor who's done what you've done. But there's going to be a way that you change the definition of who you are. I keep looking at my Palo Santo here, which says, not defined by my past. And so it's like you're rewriting the story of who you are, but you're afraid of what people might think of you. But it would be what makes you happy, what makes you successful with the King of Pentacles to the Sun. Spirit is saying, I'm giving you an opportunity here. Do not waste it. Do not let this pass you by. Your challenge at this time, you're carrying a burden with the Ten of Wands that you are being asked to put down. There's something in your life that you have been carrying. I'm feeling for some of you, it's even people that are part of this. Like you've been carrying your whole family. You've been carrying your burnt out relationship. You've been carrying this job that does not serve your soul anymore. And there's this tug of war within you where it's like Spirit saying, put it down. But you're like, but I can't. but this is all I know. And it's like secretly you're manifesting a new reality. You're manifesting a new way that you work, a new way that you show up in your life. But you're pulling yourself back into like this energy of obligation, duty. I'm seeing sacrificing yourself, martyr, type of energy that Pisces can really embody in its lower vibrational self. And your spirit team is saying, let that go. Let go of the burdens that are no longer yours to carry. I want to give you a more free life. I want to give you the experience of what the Empress has, where things just abundantly flow in. You have past life creative energy that is coming into you, or that is a part of you in this current life, and it wants to be expressed through childlike wonder. I feel that many of you are going to be healing your inner child by whatever this is that you embark upon. Some people may even look at what you're doing as like frivolous or maybe immature, or just, I literally hear someone saying like, are you serious? Like they're just not going to understand. And you're like, yeah, this is my new life. And people may even call you crazy or think that you've lost it a little bit, Pisces. But there is something about the way that your consciousness has awakened, that you cannot do the things that other people do. There's this hierarchy, this emperor energy that wants to hold you to those masculine timelines where you work the 9 to 5, where you slave away all day, where you're in a relationship that is heteronormative, where you're doing the things that are kind of the old way, the way things have always been done. And I see you holding yourself back from a lot of success. And Spirit is saying, free yourself, Pisces. Go in a new direction with the 6 of Swords and tap into the creative abundance within you. There's something about creative expression through the heart that is going to take you very far in this life. Strengths at this time? If only you could believe in yourself the way that your spirit team believes in you. So you have the Moon and you have the 5 of Cups as your strength. I think what your spirit team is trying to tell you is right now, if you are in like a state of depression, sorrow, you don't feel fulfilled, and you also may feel a little bit lost or confused, and you're like feeling this intuitive nudge to change, that is your strength. By not feeling good where you are, Spirit is saying your soul Your psyche, your intuition is screaming at you that this is not where you need to be anymore. I see some of you like struggling to walk into the door at work every day or to log into the computer screen that you work from home in. I see some of you like not wanting to come home even to like a spouse or a partner anymore. Others of you wishing that you could get out of a home that you share with your family because it's time for you to go. Your emotions are screaming at you. And that is your strength, Pisces, that you will have a visceral bodily reaction to what doesn't serve your soul. Where other people may be able to fake it and other people may be able to stay, your system is like, absolutely not. I'm even hearing that some of you may be feeling physically ill because of the fact that your body is pushing this situation or this person out of your life that does not need to be there. Pay attention to how you feel and how your body reacts to certain situations. There is something in that. Area of focus for Pisces. King of Cups. They want you to really highlight what it means to feel balanced emotionally, to feel fulfilled. Also to be in a place where you have emotional intelligence and you know that it is most important for you, Pisces, to fulfill your goals and dreams and for you to feel good in this life. This life is short. And it's time for you, Pisces, to stop playing small. Again, this card says it takes courage to follow your heart. And that's what the King of Cups does, especially when the path is unknown. Your heart knows the way. Trust it. Let it lead you to your true destiny. Get out of this energy of fear, of burden, of obligation. There's something about all of the tasks that you juggle on a daily basis, all of the things that you need to do, all of the requirements that you have in your life. But there's something calling you to like simplify, downsize, maybe even just for a time. I see a lot of you giving things away, or, you know, maybe you're making your yearly run to the, what's it called? To the Goodwill, or this, you know, to the donation center where you're like giving things away, because you're finding out that all of this stuff doesn't make you happy. Near future for Pisces, you're like, there's more to life than to just be bogged down by responsibilities and doing things on a daily basis that don't bring you joy. Your consciousness is shifting, and you literally cannot be held back anymore by these systems. You're having a visceral response. Near future, you take off, Pisces. There is something calling you. Knight of Wands is here saying you're going after your passions. And you're feeling very motivated and encouraged and inspired. I see that you're going to take a risk. You're going to run into this new version of yourself. And it's going to challenge relationships where there's a lot of codependency. You could have toxic connections with your place of work, with your family, with a relationship, and the very fiber of your being as you begin to chase this new reality with the Knight of Wands, as you begin to go after what you want, it's going to challenge the structure of these relationships. You're going to start to see the truth of them, and you won't be able to stay. With the Justice card, you're going to see right through them, and then you move on with the Chariot card. Very interesting, Pisces. Coming face to face with your truth means letting other things go to the wayside. Recent past for Pisces. 3 of Cups. I think in the recent past, you were always kind of the person doing the right thing. I'm seeing you being the life of the party, being there for everyone else, being happy. You know, there's nothing wrong with that, but maybe not necessarily choosing your own cup. You see how their arms are kind of intertwined with each other? There is this energy that maybe you, along the way, your desires got intertwined with the desires of others or with the obligations of others. Maybe you were the one who always kept the family together. Maybe you were the one who always provided for the family financially. There is something about responsibility that is weighing heavy on you right now, Pisces, where definitely you could have been the stable one, the structure in your family, the one who always brought harmony and balance to a situation. But Spirit is saying there's more out there than constantly just being the strong one, constantly just being the one who makes it happen. This is about you embracing a side of yourself that is more daring, more bold, more vibrationally alive. The King of Wands is saying go after that new relationship that sets you on fire. Express your sexuality. Get out there and do that entrepreneurial job. Be the beacon of your new business, or go after some new educational endeavor. Do something, learn something, become something that inspires others and also gives you fire. You're tired of being the tired one and the one who's always holding on to the past. Advice for Pisces? Knight of Cups. There's going to be an opportunity, an offer, maybe an invitation that may come up for you. Take it, Pisces. There is something that it could really lead to a bright new beginning for you. I see this being, maybe you get invited to go somewhere and you meet with somebody who's doing what it is that you've been wanting to do, and they can give you advice or counsel. This is also choosing maybe a new relationship, getting your groove back, doing what makes you feel good in spite of whatever heartbreak it might bring, because it's your wish fulfillment and you're not trying to fill other people's cups anymore. This is a person walking away from what doesn't serve them, right? So that they can be fulfilled. So your advice is to really, look out for an opportunity, look out for an invitation, go on that date, accept that thing that you would just maybe have passed out on. I'm just seeing like some invitation coming through. Something unexpected could happen, or, just that friend down the street that says, hey, I'd really like to see what it is that you've been working on. Or maybe this is you finally accepting that you need to go to therapy, and you finally have that conversation with that person who sets you on the right path. Because there is a level of inner child wounding that I'm seeing here in this reading that needs to go through a transition as well. And so this could be you choosing your own cup as well. But usually the Knight of Cups is some type of offer, invitation, someone coming in for you. Your environment. So you have the Emperor, the Four of Swords, and the Ace of Cups. And so what I feel here, Pisces, is you are going to be really evaluating these emperor-like structures in your life. And so these could be, let's just use kind of like our everyday life, like the 9-to-5, a traditional marriage. This could be a boss figure in your life. This could be a masculine family member, like a man or a male energy in your family. It doesn't have to be, but usually that's what it'll represent here. But someone who kind of keeps you from being able to truly exude your Empress energy. There's a little bit of control, manipulation, domination within that. So your environment right now is, I see you taking a break, pulling your energy back, trying to regroup, and really thinking about what makes you happy and what fills your cup. And that's kind of the gist of this entire reading, is your spirit team is trying to get you to focus on you and what makes you happy, healthy, want to be here on a daily basis, what brings you energy. And what you must realize through and through is that your cup is what is important. It doesn't matter if you are fearful of what others think, of what your life could become, of what life would be like if you chose this road. This is a time where you're going to take charge, Pisces, and you're going to see that it was so worth it by letting go of whoever or whatever this is in your life that meant so much to you at one time. You're going to see that the sun comes shining in again with the Six of Swords when you make that move and you choose you. There's something about, maybe even from a child, you were taught that you always had to put everyone else first, or family comes first because they're blood. You know, I was always taught that. But loyalty needs to come from people who treat you right and from soul family, not just your blood family. Hopes and fears. You're afraid of this transition. You're afraid of what the new life will feel like when the old life dies away. You're afraid of letting go. But there's also this part of you that deeply wants to transform. So there's a beauty here of hesitation because there is something that really wants to come in and change for you, Pisces, and up-level you, Pisces. The Death card is a card of rebirth. You are afraid of this new version of yourself that you don't know. I think in many ways, people have taken from you to the fact where you can't see your vision fully, or this could be you psyching yourself out of a new reality because what if it's not worth it? But what I will tell you is Spirit is saying you're going to find a lot of love. You're going to find a lot of happiness with the Two of Wands, the Lover's card, the Queen of Wands, a lot of passion, vitality in going through this transformation. And I think once you actually look over the horizon, and even when you begin to look back years from now, I think you're going to be so thankful that you let it go. And again, this card, I'm going to read it to you. It says, you're being asked to let go of whatever pain and resentment you've been holding on to. It's hurting you and you can't fully be present in your life. If you're holding on to this negativity, release it and be free. And sometimes that is, I release you with love. Sometimes that is, this career path has come to a close. Sometimes that is, I am no longer going to keep lying about who I really am, what I really desire. This is what I really am. This is what I really desire. I want to be this version of myself, even if the whole world can't see or understand it. Because you're a trailblazer in a way, Pisces. You were always meant to be the person who brings this shift. You have a big decision to make, a crossroads. The transformation wants to happen. You're being called. With the Judgment card here, you're being called. Your spirit team is saying, we've been asking you to level up. And there's a lot of abundance that comes in. The Empress card is your main situation. That is abundance. That is fruitfulness. That is not having to work so hard anymore. But we get stuck in this matrix of, kind of slaving away and doing things the hard way because that's just what everyone else has done. But when you look at the people in this life who really transformed the way that they lived, they did something that had never been done, or they took a risk or a chance, or they failed. My husband was just showing me, for those of you who love Marvel was actually in bankruptcy and was having to sell away their characters before they had this huge comeback. Now Marvel is a multi-million-dollar company, but they started releasing movies when they were suffering with bankruptcy. And sometimes what it takes is letting go of the fear of what could or should, or, everyone's saying we should sell away the characters. If they would have done that, the company would not be where they are today. So do not give up. Potential outcome for you, Pisces. There's something about being so close to the end and someone or something in your life, even your own self-limiting beliefs, stopping you. You have the Lovers. The Lovers represents a choice. And your spirit team is saying, we are giving you this opportunity to walk into this new beginning. Doing something you love, being surrounded by people you love, being in better aligned partnerships. We're asking you to take this leap of faith and to be a person who understands and is solidified by the truth of their authenticity, saying what you need to say, being honest about where you are in your life. Some of you are scared to be honest about this decision, this choice. Some of you, it is about love. Again, I am seeing you're going to be I'm dating a woman or I'm dating a man, whatever the case is. Or I want an open relationship or polyamorous energy. That's coming through, right? So whatever happens for you, Pisces, when you finally accept that your world, your life, your energy is different, and you take that risk, you take that leap of faith, you choose what aligns with your soul, that is how you will be successful. But don't blame anyone else for kind of where you are, where you've been, how things are going. There's an opportunity for you, Pisces, to change. And your spirit team wants you to go through and look back over time, look at like what's happened over the years and find the lesson. Don't just be upset. It says something has happened and it stopped you in your tracks. In reality, it was simply teaching you where you needed to grow. There is no such thing as failure, so pick yourself up, learn from it, keep going. And I feel like for me, I always love to give you guys little personal anecdotes. For me, this definitely rings true for career because I do feel called in such a different direction than where I put all of my time and energy in the last 10 years of my life. Like more than 10 years now, but like maybe the last 15 years of my life was devoted to becoming a veterinarian. And although I have not let go of being a vet and all of that, there has been a significant reduction in that work as I begin to unfold this new version of myself as a spiritualist, as a tarot reader, as a healer in a different facet. But I know that if I keep on looking back at, oh, I failed as a vet, or I'm not doing my job, or you might be able to see like you're expanding like a rose that blooms and you're like, wow, there's a different part of me that is expanding. There is a different part of me that I never have experienced, that the world hasn't experienced. And it's time for them to know this version of myself. And I can be as abundant in this version of myself as I was before. Pisces, you are the only reason why you're staying stuck. Take the blindfold off and realize that your life is meant for something way bigger. And you went through all of this to teach you soul lessons. And now I think the lesson that you're about to go through or that you're starting to teach others about is choosing the path that's not explored, the path that is less traveled, the one that brings you more fruitfulness, the one that brings you more peace and rest, and where you're not fighting and clambering for success. Yeah, I'm seeing compassion, bravery. It's like just go easy on yourself as you transition. I think I was listening to someone on Instagram and they said what's going on in the collective right now, and no, I think it was actually an astrologer. She said a lot of people are going through the dissolution of the old life because Saturn and Neptune are in Aries, and Aries is like the beginning, the start. Saturn is doing things the old way and Neptune is dissolving the old way. So you can't do things the old way and stand in your authenticity. That's why you're having that visceral response, sick, depressed, unmotivated, gaining weight, losing weight, listless, stagnant, bored, unhappy, whatever the case is, because your body is like, no. This is not it anymore. You learned a lot from this though. Find the lesson, move on. You went in, you've gained the wisdom. And now Spirit is saying, begin to slowly move towards your higher calling, which is what the Judgment card is all about. You're being called to a higher version of self. And they are reiterating again with the Fool card here. And I'm going to end it out, Pisces. This is going to be a risk. This is going to be a nudge in a different direction. Trust it. Don't try to force it. Just trust it. Go with it. Watch it expand. Watch it unfold. We're going to pull, because I feel like I could be talking to starseeds. We're going to pull from the Starseeds deck really quick. What do they need to know, Spirit, about this transition that they're going through? You have inner alchemy. It says inner alchemy is achieved when you react to fear with love. So love this new part of yourself. And it's okay if this part of yourself is unfamiliar to you. And if there is fear here, you transmute that fear with love. Love the new part of you. Respect this new part of you. Inner worlds. It says your external world is a reflection of your inner world. So if your external world is not matching who this new Pisces wants to be, of course you're going to feel unsatisfied, unmotivated, and you have truth. See your light, know your power, have the courage to walk your truth. And for many of you, I think your truth is changing. I think your intuitive energy is saying there's a new path for me. And I think you're not going to be able to completely know where you're headed. But when you get there, I feel like there's going to be a lot of peace. And you're going to be like, wow, this was the best decision I've ever made. But okay, Pisces, I love you all so much. Sending you so many blessings wherever you are in the world. And I will see you again tomorrow with another reading. Bye, Pisces.